All right, shalom, shalom, Shabbat shalom, Shabbat shalom, Shabbat shalom. This is your Akazaki Yahoo, and I start this broadcast as I will start any broadcast by first of all giving all praises, honor, and great esteem unto the Most High Power, Yahuwah Bahashem, Yahushua HaMashiach, and to the 12 tribes of Israel who are scattered to the four quarters of the earth. I say shalom, Wabaruki, that is peace and blessings. And I cannot wait to the day that the Most High brings us back together, and we are once again 12 tribes, one family, one nation, under the Most High power, under one covenant, and back in our own land. Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
Yes, indeed. I'm joined this afternoon by my most esteemed Akinanaya. Shabbat shalom, Aki.
Hey, Shabbat shalom, Aki. Shabbaton Yasharal. Call Hala Yahweh. Bahashem Yahweh Shah Mashiach. Wahawa Kakwadash. Hallelujah.
Hallelujah. Yes, indeed. Happy Sabbath, everyone. And all praises to the Father, the Most High Power, Yahweh, in the name of his beloved Son, Yahweh Shah, the Messiah, and set apart Spirit of the Most High. All praises to the Father. Hallelujah. It is another Sabbath Yom, and as you were with us last week, we completed all praises, our scriptural readings, and we're going to take a small break from that until after Pesach. In the meantime, we'll be doing some video reviews. So we're back with our normal video review. We got a great video from Black Journals. Shout out to Black Journals, by the way. They're always dropping good content for us to review. And man, they do a great job. We appreciate all the work that they put in and the extensive research that they do. Great stuff that they share with us. But before we get to that, we have another video for the family. This is one that I came across in my on Facebook, and I wanted to share this with you all because Zaki Yahoo, I'm ready to get up out of here. And this is the reason. Some of the this little young Caucasian in England bullying most likely this Yahoo telling him to kiss his shoe. Now this poor child here feels completely and utterly helpless, which is why he does what he does and conforms to what this little heathen is telling him to do. And I call him a heathen because he is a heathen, and his behavior is of a heathen, and his nationality is of a heathen. So he thinks it's funny, surrounded by all these other little heathens as well, and which is why he conforms. Now, I would have loved to see him defend himself and not be subjected to this level of cruelty and hatred. But at the same time, I would also love to see our people in a similar situation that we saw on the harbor, and much like we see here, these hyenas attacking. Oh, Slacky, let me go back. Much like we see here, these hyenas attacking this lioness here, and they just tearing this lioness up, and it looks pretty hopeless for her. And I mean, she's completely submerged by these hyenas until what happens? Her folks come and help her out. And not only do they help her out, but they subdue the adversary. And that's not all. That's not all that happens. They get the adversary to a place and they back them all the way up. And look at here. Got one.
Mm-hmm.
Got one. So, I would love to see that be the case. Much like we saw at the Arbor, it's so easy to forget those things in that recently situation. That was very recently. That was just a little bit ago that happened.
Last summer, that harbor incident in Alabama.
In Alabama, yes, indeed. Well, that with this young boy, that was this year, 2024, and they had the audacity to record it and to put it on the internet. And yeah, so people are suffering all over the earth, and it's frustrating. It's frustrating. So anyhow, the video that we have for you this afternoon comes from Black Journals. Shout out to Black Journals for their great work that they're doing. This is Russia opens its vault to reveal Black biblical Israelites. The Israelites are Black, in case you didn't know. The Israelites are Black, in case you didn't know. So-called Black people scattered to the four corners of the earth are the Israelites that the Bible speaks of. And that's what we're here to share with you all. That's what we believe. That's why we are here keeping the Sabbath day. And we try to do reminders and uplifting videos to help our people and to open the eyes of our people and the hearts and the minds of our people to return to the Father, the Most High power of Israel, and keep the way that the Most High have set forth for us, the Torah, understand the prophets, and wait for the Messiah to come and deliver us from these captivities where we've been scattered to all of the earth. Because our time is coming. Our time is coming, and we are going to be brought out of these lands and brought to our own land. And we're going to be put back in the position of prominence that not only us, but the whole earth needs. Because the whole earth needs us in the position that we're supposed to be in, righteous rulership. The entire earth needs it because this earth has been decimated by these heathen. So, all right, let's get to the video. It is once again, Russia opens its vault to reveal Black biblical Israelites. So I'm gonna let them get to it here, and we'll chime in if need be. Here we go.
Have you ever seen or heard of biblical icons where Jesus or the Virgin Mary have dark skin, or even Abraham or King David? Then look beyond Europe. Russia has opened its vaults to reveal biblical icons featuring darker-skinned figures. In case this is making you wonder if Russia has its own twist on biblical figures, the answer is a no. This is not the case at all. This is, a matter of fact, as real as the untouched horizon of time. These icons aren't just artistic anomalies. These hold deep meanings of hidden shaded truths, sparking serious, curious questions about history and faith, representation, and the unexpected corners of religious art. Pay close attention, amazing people. You are just about to hear it today, like it is, in this video. Before we continue, kindly endeavor to hit that like button as a way of supporting our works. Share with your families and friends to keep spreading our eye-opening Black narrative.
Again, shout out to Black Journals for the great work that they do.
Membership of this channel. We appreciate your support. First and foremost, let's start with the person of the most popular name in the world today, Jesus. Mark chapter 4 verse 22. For there is nothing hidden which shall not be manifested, neither anything kept secret that would not be brought to light. For centuries, the most common image of Jesus Christ, at least in Western cultures, has been that of a bearded, fair-skinned man with long, wavy, light brown or blonde hair and often blue eyes. But the Bible doesn't describe Jesus physically, and all the evidence we do have today indicates that he probably looked very well different from how he has long been portrayed. The Good Book offers few clues about Christ's physical appearance. Most of what we know about Jesus comes from the first 4 books of the New Testament, the Gospels of Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John. According to the Gospels, Jesus was a Jewish man born in Bethlehem and raised in the town of Nazareth in Galilee, formerly Palestine, now northern Israel. During the 1st century, we know that Jesus was about 30 years old when he began his ministry. So tells us the Bible book of Luke chapter 3 verses 23. But the Bible tells us virtually nothing about what he looked like, except that he didn't stand out in any particular way.
All right, so let's take a pause right here real quick. Because no, it doesn't tell us that in the Gospels, but in the book of Hazon or Revelation, he appears to Yehukanan, the not the immerser, but Yehukanan, the Salakia. I lost my train there. What was Yehukanan? I lost my train of thought.
What'd you say, Ak?
What was Yehukanan? The Revelator. My goodness, I couldn't think of it at all. So he appears to Yehukanan, the Revelator, and commands him to write what he sees and hears in a book. And that book was Hazon, what we know today as Revelations. And Yehukanan gave a depiction of what he saw when he saw like unto the Son of Man, one like unto the Son of Man. And he was described as woolly haired, white color. His hair was white in color, and dark skinned. His skin
burnt bronze.
burnt, yeah, exactly. So I don't know why they don't take that as a description, because people say that all the time. There's no description of what Messiah looks like. Well, yeah, there is, because Yehukanan gave it to us, and Mashiach told him to write down what he sees in a book. So, all right, let's continue here.
The historical Jesus likely had the brown eyes and skin of other 1st century Jews from Galilee, a region in biblical Israel. But no one knows exactly what Jesus looked like. There are no known images of Jesus from his lifetime, and while the Old Testament kings Saul and David are explicitly called tall and handsome in the Bible, there is little indication of Jesus' appearance in the Old or New Testaments. In addition, when Jesus was arrested in the Garden of Gethsemane before the crucifixion, Judas Iscariot had to point Jesus out to his soldiers among the disciples, presumably because they all appeared similar to one another. But the words of the Bible in itself did not hint on the reasons behind their similarities. Whether they were white or black, or why or how they looked too similar, it did not tell. Considering these events, one is made to actually wonder, were these words deliberately expunged from the Bible to hide certain glaring truths? Or did the writers of the good book of the Gospel fail to discuss these things? However, the portrayal of Jesus as a white European man has come under renewed scrutiny during this period of introspection over the legacy of racism in society, and over the actuality of truth. One of the major factors of this renewed scrutiny happens to come with the buzzing news concerning certain storming revelations from Russia. For some time now, the recentness of this event has got everyone talking in wonderment.
Russian President Vladimir Putin has decided to move one of Russia's holiest icons from a museum to a Moscow cathedral. This arises a debate around Putin's growing reliance on the church.
Emphasizing on the importance of the holy icon, Putin ordered Andrei Rublev's Trinity be transferred to the Russian Orthodox Church from Moscow's Tretyakov Gallery for a year. The relocation of Russia's most well-known icon highlights how closely the war has intertwined politics and religion. The icon depicts the oak of Mamre, where the 3 angels visited Abraham in the book of Genesis.
Did you notice anything about these icons on display? They are all black. Icons dating back to the 14th century, brought together from private collections across Russia. Rare and strongly challenging masterpieces, most of which were destroyed during the Soviet era.
It's very beautiful. It gives you goose pimples. It's a remarkable exhibition.
It's an exhibition which feeds the senses. Everything is so gray outside at the moment, and here suddenly it's a feast for the eyes.
These icons that you see are the survivors of what is left. Had the museums not saved them, they wouldn't be existing today. There used to be millions of these icons, but now only 50,000 of them are within sight. The unveiling of these icons is a powerful testament to the enduring strength of truth. The authenticity of these paintings compels us to re-evaluate our understanding of the past, particularly regarding the presence and representation of Black figures. For centuries, these figures may have been shrouded in obscurity, but their rediscovery sheds light on previously untold stories, standing as a challenge to long-held assumptions, prompting us to rewrite history with a more inclusive lens.
So it's ironic because we've actually been well aware of the Russian icons for a very long time. This was one of the first things that I saw when I came into truth about probably almost 7 years ago, or almost 8 years ago. And, this was something that was passed around, these same images, these same, matter of fact, I remember Bishop Nathaniel having a book, and he was showing it on one of their classes with IUIC, by the way. He was showing it on one of their classes, and he was going through, and some of the they teach the chart, and some of the Hispanics that they had in the congregation were in the camp were offended because they didn't see any Hispanic looking people. All the people they saw were Black. Like, surprise. They were outraged, like, what are Hispanics at? Even Yahshua, son of Nun, was a Black man.
Right.
Yeah, are you remember that?
Yeah, Con, indeed. And Ephraim, Ephraim would have been dark-skinned people anyway, because their foremother was a Mizraite.
Yeah, Mizraite, indeed. Not only was their father a Hebrew, but their mother was a Mizraite, an Egyptian. So, I mean, come on. How Ephraim going to, turn into something else?
Right.
Which is, don't get me wrong, it's possible, but to stay that way would be almost an impossibility. You'd have to just stay. So basically, you'd have to make a people, and then they would have to stay amongst themselves. But even if they did that, I mean, you still got genetics in there that is going to highlight one area or another. You know what I'm saying? One attribute or another. So it's ironic, but like I said, this is common. This has been commonly known in the world of Israel, among the people of Israel who study and keep the statutes, the law, statutes, and the commandments of the Most High. So let's continue.
Many Russian icons were destroyed or sold abroad by agents of the Soviet government. Some were hidden to avoid destruction or were smuggled out of the country. Since the fall of communism, numbers of icon painting studios have again opened and are painting in a variety of styles for the local and international market. Many older, hidden icons have also been retrieved from hiding or brought back from overseas.
The Castel San Angelo in Rome is currently hosting an exhibition of 40 Russian icons that have left their country for the first time. They are pieces of art that were hidden after the October Revolution of 1917 in order to protect them from anti-religious destruction.
Soprattutto è la prima volta che
It's the first time that a large number of Russian icons have come here to Italy. In addition, here are a dozen examples that have never before been moved. They appear for the first time in our catalog.
Icons are usually painted on wood and meant to represent saints or sacred elements. The Orthodox tradition considers them as if they were the gospel, inspirations of God through the hand of the artist. Their deep symbolism is reflected from the meaning of icon as a representation or vision from another world. The wood evokes the Holy Cross through its gold background, divine light, and the cloth attached to the wood evokes the cloth that covered the body of Jesus Christ.
è un'importanza notevole e fondamentale.
Without a doubt, they have a great importance and a fundamental recognition in Russia because the icons represent for Russia what the pyramids represent for Egypt or the temples to the Greeks.
The exhibition shows icons ranging from the 15th century until the early 20th century. It's a rare opportunity to see the religious soul of Russia through its.
There's been so much debate going on around the world of late, bestirred by the unveiling of these black biblical icons. Some tend to think that the icons had blackened over time due to age, while others say that the blackness of the icons has nothing to do with age but are a measure of accuracy meant to depict the actual color of the skins of the people painted. Because they were black people, says Robert Rubin. Why didn't their clothes change to black in those paintings or all of the paintings?
Right.
The true Israelis were black-skinned people, not white. Likewise, the ancient Egyptians. The Reshet structure in Mauritania is also the location of Atlantis. Russians did not change their paintings just as other countries did. They simply kept the true paintings and iconography. Look up ancient maps and you will see that the Kingdom of Judah was later located in West Africa. The Jewish nation was destroyed by Titus. Millions of Jews fled into Africa. They ended up in the west of Africa. From there, they were sold as slave to almost every part of the world. Do you think the hatred for black people is just normal or a coincidence? No. It was because they, Israelis, did not keep the commandments of God. Moses informed them of the blessings and curses, as we can see in the Bible book of Deuteronomy. God told them they will lose that land to people whom they did not know if they disobey him. The hatred for the black children of Ham and Shem is because the children of Shem have mixed up with the children of Ham. They are both black-skinned. The prime target of this hate is actually the children of Shem. Shem is being punished for his disobedience to his God. Another insightful.
Wow. That's exactly what we've been trying to share with people for all this time. And here he comes with a such a quick and thorough breakdown of basically what we've been trying to show people. And I wonder how many of these people are going to listen to it now. That this Caucasian is the Most High to put the spirit on this Caucasian to share this information. And I wonder how many people he gonna reach, because you've been having brothers on the corners and brothers like ourselves handing out flyers, telling all this information to our people for the last. This has been since the 60s that these brothers been doing this, and here come now Cat with the same talking points that we use, the same exact talking points. Deuteronomy, we go to 28 though. We narrow it down, and in Leviticus 26 as well. He didn't mention that, but nevertheless, the same talking points. I mean, literally, the Most High casting us out of our land. You know, we'll go to Mashiach, speaking about when you see Jerusalem come past or surrounded by armies, know that the desolation is here, is now. Flee to the mountains. And for those who don't, they're going to be carried into slavery into all the nations of the earth. This is the retribution of the Most High against the children of Israel for the evil that we've done. That was 70 AD. You know, that's what he prophesied back when he was on the earth. And that happened in 70 AD. We've done this. We've talked about this. These were the things that I heard that resonated with me and brought me out of the world and into the truth. You know, so, you know, this should be like not even thinking type stuff. Who are the people in the earth that don't have whose name is not tied to, or whose identity is not tied to a land? Well, black people. Black people. Who are the only people in the earth who don't have anybody that they can call to help them in a situation like we see every day here in this land? So-called black people.
That's right.
I can't call no government and say the police are after me in America and I haven't done anything. And then they send somebody to help me. There's nobody I can. Well, of course, I can call the Most High. You know, I can call the power of Israel. I can call and you know, he'll send help. But say if I wasn't in the truth, say if I was just a knucklehead Negro, who am I gonna call on? You know, who am I gonna call to help? If I wasn't keeping law, statutes, and the commandments of the Most High. I'm due this judgment. You know what I'm saying? So let's continue here. I don't want to get off. Want to be. Yeah, let's continue. Oh, you got anything on that, Art, before I do? What we do?
No, this some good stuff though.
Kind. All right, let's continue.
One from Johnson here says, because black people were the people in the Bible that the Americans turned white when they told the stories to us. But Russians didn't get the memo. They went off for real history. Songs of Solomon. Chapter 1, verse 5. Revelations chapter 1, verse 15. Go check it out. It's in the text. It's not because of a candle or anything else these people are talking about. In that case, the whole picture would be black, not just the face and the hands. They are meant to be black because they were black people. This great USA is also a great deceiver. And so many people inherit the wrong lesson from their great-grandparents and their parents, to the point where it's so deep that the lie is made true when the real answer is really just right there. But you never look, because why would you? The Russian unveilings didn't stop there. Russia continues with its biblical historical revelations, with President Putin at the foremost front, championing the course. Russia has opened its cellars to reveal remarkable paintings of Jesus dating back to the 1400s.
By Father Vladimir Ivanov. This is a book that is highly coveted by different circles because it has the black icons. It has the history of black people in places like Russia and Italy, in places all over Europe. This book can range from $1,300 to $3,000. So it's not an easy book to get. I actually borrowed this book from a friend, you know. But this book has a lot of interesting depictions in it. A lot of them pertaining to the Bible. Like right here, this is the Transfiguration of Christ.
Mm-hmm.
And you see it's black people
Mm-hmm.
in caves, I believe, what it looks like. It's black people in the whole picture, but this is knowledge that escapes black people here in America. It's definitely something that we would never see or never hear about in the educational system. Now, I'm pretty sure there's people that are Black history college students majoring in Black history or world history, and they never seen nothing like this before.
Mm-hmm. I'll tell you what else is ironic, and I'm gonna see if I can find it because I know I shared it to my Facebook years ago. But there's one of the images. I don't know if they're gonna cover it. One of the images shows the children of Israel being freed from bondage, and it also shows the Caucasians going into captivity, and it also has Malachim, the angels, on it as well. I'm gonna see if I can find it on my Facebook. It was years ago that I've shared that. And
I hadn't seen that.
I'm gonna see if I can find it here. But let's continue.
At least not from the standpoint of Europe, you know. This is the crucifixion of Christ, and in it we see angels, black angels. The people surrounding him are black. It's very interesting because the images that we see are contrary to what we have known our whole lives, or what we have been taught our whole lives. Like I'll say it again, like these type of images of antiquity escaped Black people here in America, and I can say all people, for in general, just people in general don't know. I'm pretty sure there's plenty of Caucasian people and people of all nationalities that don't know the extent that Black people covered the earth. And in many cases, like here, like what you see, we're in rulership position.
And it's ironic because everywhere you go, you see like
a king.
The images of Jesus and other historical figures in Russia's black icons challenge the commonly known perception of antiquity and reveal the extent of black people's presence and influence throughout history. Paintings from the 1500s and 1600s depicting black icons, including Jesus and Mary, in a highly sought-after book that explores the history of black people in Russia, Italy, and other parts of Europe. The book contains interesting depictions of black people in biblical scenes, which is knowledge that is not taught in the American educational system. However, debates concerning the authenticity of these icons goes on. And Alex Pismeni, a software developer and Catholic Christian, has some things to contribute. The Russian Christians adopted Byzantine Orthodoxy wholesale. That, of course, includes the iconography. The fundamental principle of Orthodox iconography is no changes. The icons are, as much as possible, portraits of Christ, Our Lady, and other saints. Further, the styling, mood, garments, gestures are all fixed in the Byzantine style, so much so that students of iconography refer to these rules as iconographical canon, even though very little of that canon ever went through the normal ecclesial legislative process involving episcopacy and councils. Going forward, while Russia continues to amaze the world in this light, the unquenchable fire of truth persists through the darkness of history. Not so long, protesters had called for the removal of Confederate statues in the US. Activist Sean King went further, suggesting that murals and artwork depicting white Jesus should come down. His concerns about the depiction of Christ and how it is used to uphold notions of white supremacy are not isolated. Prominent scholars and the Archbishop of Canterbury have called to reconsider Jesus's portrayal as a white man. Only recently, on June 22, 2020, writer and activist Sean King announced that he supports the destruction of statues that depict a white Jesus. King, who had tweeted his remarks on that memorable Monday of 2022 June, noted that historians believe Jesus likely had the appearance of people who typically lived in the Middle East during his time, rather than the white man who is often depicted in Christian iconography. Yes, I think the statues of the white European they claim is Jesus should also come down, King tweeted. They are a form of white supremacy, always have been. In the Bible, when the family of Jesus wanted to hide and blend in, guess where they went? Egypt, not Denmark, he added. Tear them down. The comments quickly drew condemnation from some on the platform, including several prominent conservative figures. King clarified that he was only advocating that statues of a white Jesus be torn down in response to a tweet from the account of PragerU, a non-profit co-founded by conservative talk show host Dennis Prager. He also remarked that stained glass windows and other images of a white Jesus, his white mother, and their white friends should all be destroyed, insisting they are racist propaganda and a gross form of white supremacy. King shared an image of a darker-skinned Jesus that appeared in a 2002 Popular Mechanics article, which scholars believe may be more accurate than those showing Jesus as a European. He commented that the image would have been intolerable for white Americans who participated in slavery. Experts have long since said that this is likely the most accurate depiction of Jesus. White Americans who bought, sold, traded, raped, and worked Africans to death for hundreds of years in this country simply could not have this man at the center of their faith. Sean King further tweets, June 23, 2020, a day after he had tweeted his support for the destruction of all white-statued Jesus. A tweet by Jenna Ellis, a lawyer representing President Donald Trump, warned that she would not break if they try to cancel Christianity, although it's unclear if it was in direct response to King's tweet. Regardless, King responded that what the lawyer was actually defending here is her whiteness. Christian whiteness needs white Jesus, King tweeted to Ellis. It's not about generosity or kindness. It's not about protecting the vulnerable. It's about whiteness itself. Attack white Jesus to her, and you attack her faith. Statues have been torn down and destroyed amid ongoing protests against racial injustice and police brutality that have swept the nation these recent years, counting from 2020. Although statues and monuments paying tribute to the Confederacy have been primarily targeted, statues of other figures from early American history have also been taken down. The movement to take down and deface controversial statues has gained traction in the UK, as well as Europe and the US, but has divided public opinion, with critics slamming it as mob rule, while others applaud it as a way of addressing systemic racism. Justin Welby, the Archbishop of Canterbury and head of the Church of England, has said the Church should reconsider its portrayal of Jesus as a white man. Speaking to the BBC Today programme, Welby was asked whether the way the Western Church portrays Jesus needed to be thought about again and reimagined. Yes, of course it does, he said, adding that Jesus was portrayed differently in countries around the world. He was regularly in touch with Anglican church leaders from around the world, he said, who did not portray Jesus as white. You go into their churches and you don't see a white Jesus, you see a black Jesus or Chinese Jesus or a Middle Eastern Jesus, which is of course the most accurate. Welby added that the representations of Jesus were not, however, who we worship, but rather served as a reminder of the universality of God who became fully human. Addressing calls for monuments with links to the UK's imperialist history and slave trade to be removed, he said statues in Canterbury Cathedral would be put under review. The question about whether they should all be there arises, of course it does, and we've seen that all over the world. He continued, we're going to be looking very carefully and putting them in context and seeing if they all should be there, says Justin Welby. In closing, the unveiling of these black icons serves as a powerful reminder that history is often shrouded in darkness, but truth has a way of shining through. These artifacts compel us to re-examine our understanding of the past and challenge long-held narratives. If their authenticity is confirmed, the paintings offer a glimpse into a previously unknown facet of history, forcing us to confront the complexities of representation. This discovery stands as a testament to the enduring power of truth, shattering the towers of misinformation and prompting a re-evaluation of the stories we tell ourselves about the past. That brings us to the end of yet another video segment. Share your thoughts with us in the comments.
All right. Praise to the Father for another great work by Black Journals. And man, can't say enough good about the work that they do over there. And man, it's good stuff. I was looking for that picture. I had to go back because it was some time ago that it came up. But and I was looking. I done posted. I done spent time on post. I done spent some time on posting on my Facebook over these years. That's why that needs to go. A lot of people think that that's the way, and that's not the way. That's a lie. Let's see. Yeah, I done spent some time posting. I used to post more folly. I stopped posting folly. Well, I'll post some now and again, but I don't post it like I used to. Just looking here before we go into our final thoughts here on this particular. See how slow it's loading. I don't know why it's taking its time like that. I guess because having to pull these way up from
the archives or somewhere.
Yeah. I saw one. I was thinking. It's crazy how much how many man. So here's the Renaissance. This is where they changed it from where it was. He did the work, and this is what we end up with. See, we this is what I'm saying. We've been on this. This is like Putin to open up the vault and let people see. Like we've been about this. We've been sharing this. There's been brothers sharing this since, what I'm saying? Like even this depiction here is from a stone clave. Look how these brothers are depicted here. Look at their hair. You know what I'm saying? Like you can't get that from other people. It's a distinct situation. It's a distinct look. It's not meant to be mixed mixed in with other people. Even here, I was showing some of these etched in stone. I forget what you call those things, but same thing here. I mean, we've been sharing these things. This is way down the line. So I need to know how to. I need to be able to share this stuff. Same thing here. That's one of the same ones. See how we're taking this time loading because I'm so far down. You know, the name of the Abba, the name of the Son. You know, that's when we visited UCI so many years ago, and Stone Mountain. This is
that was what 2017 or so.
Probably about 18, probably about 18 or 19 when we went out there. But even as zooming in on them here, same thing here. Like this has been a part of reality. You know what I'm saying? Like putting this Cretan in check, and man, it's wow, it's a lot.
God, all praise.
It's still not the hallelujah. It's indeed all praise to the Father. It's still like just loading in my fixation with lions and telling you that this so-called holiday is wicked. That's just the reality that we lived in at that time when the snow was coming down. Let me see. Yep, they laid open. We read this, First Maccabees 3:48. They laid open the books of the law, where the heathen sought to paint the likeness of their images. I mean, to tell you what they was doing. It literally does. So, yeah, I saw one, but I didn't know if that was the one. But man, this is a lot. I mean, so much. Still like this so slow loading. It's unreal. Okay, I'm gonna have to see if I can. Let me go back up to that one. I'm gonna have to see if I can find it. I think it was on that one because I want to say it's got IUIC on it. I want to say, but I saw one. I didn't open it up. Let me see. It's right up here. It's on this left side over here. Oh, this is one showing how people getting abused and wherever they from. You know, this is what people go through. You know, we're catching it all over the world. Not just here in America, not just in Brazil, everywhere. Oh, here it is. It's one. I don't know if this is that. I think this is that one. Dark-skinned Hebrew Israelites, 1650. But they say that Israelites are a cult. But this is the depiction from the 1600s. But yet somehow we got it wrong. So Yeah, but that was that's not the one I was looking for. That's one. This is I don't think this one is in that same category, but I'm gonna find that thing and I'm gonna share it on a video, and I'm gonna share it on my page back to the front of my page. I don't know why it don't come up in my. Now they show you this is what years ago.
Yeah, kind of memories or something.
Yeah, memories. Yeah, I don't know why I hadn't seen that one in a while. So like I did see it some time ago. Is when I was working out diligently, and I think this is an interesting one. When you see your people being brainwashed in the system to realize what kind of power they really have. So you got these lions doing tricks when this lion could eat this man.
Right. God.
Instead, they doing tricks for him. It's gotta be. It's gotta be. Anyhow, I'll find it and like I said, share it. And man, some of this stuff I forgot about. Back when Colin was the hot topic, and always this woman on the beast. I never could get that turban right. I know it's silly. All right, I'll put with that. I'll find it anyhow. But final thoughts on the video. Man, like I said, brilliant work by Black Journals. A lot of they do a lot of good stuff. I got to give them. We'll shoot them an email because there's one that we want them to review so that we can review theirs because they do such outstanding work on their videos. But like I said, we've been saying this stuff for years, and it's been it needs to be said. It needs to be shared, and people need to understand it, especially our people, so-called Black people scattered to the four corners of the earth. There's a reason why you scattered. It's a reason why you called Black. There's a reason why you don't know much about yourself beyond your grandfather or your grandmother. Ask about their grandparents. Ask about their grandparents. Where did you come from? What was your tribe? These questions we don't have answers to because the Most High said that He would take our heritage away from us, the heritage that He gave us. He said that He gave us the law for a heritage, and He said He would take that away from us because we abused it. We didn't utilize it properly. So, He took it away, and that's why we in the position that we're in, not knowing the things that we should know, stuff that other people know about themselves. We don't know. We don't understand. And we should know and we should understand. And we should be the same as everybody else. The issue is that we're not like everybody else. Everybody else know where they come from. Everybody else know their history. They can tell you all about even to their very beginning, almost. They can't tell you about up to the line of Japheth or up to the line of Ham. But they can tell you a whole lot about what they was and what their people was doing and what they did for a living and what land they was at and so on and so forth. All our people can tell you is that we came from Africa because that's all we know. That's where they picked us up at. What part of Africa? I think it was West Africa. They got the door of no return now. And it's amazing. I saw that door not too long ago and I knew exactly what it was. It's like I had been there. And I hadn't been there, but it's like I was there. And I saw it from the inside. And I said, "Oh man, that's the door of no return." That's how ingrained it was in my mind. It was almost scary to think about. You see this door that you're not going to be seen again on this side. And that's what happened to our people. So, but there's a reason for that, because we went against our power, and our power cast us out and scattered us to the four corners of the earth. And this is what we believe. We also believe that he's going to gather us again, and that his gathering us again, we're going to be put back to where we should be have been. And that's to prominence, because he created us for that purpose, to be at prominence, not to be under, not to be behind, but to be ahead and to be on top. Not to be the tail, but to be the head. So that's what we look forward to, and that's our patience, and that's our faith. And not only that, also our adversaries will be retributed. Retribution is coming, and it's just a matter of time before that happens. So that's really all I got. I was like, I forgot to cover the text that I had on that other whatchamacallit, but it's all good. Well, go ahead, Doc, for final thoughts.
Okay, Khan, great video. I was watching a video by We Woke Now, and that's the elder pastor Richardson. He's a descendant of the people with the Savannah church that has the Hebrew writing in it, right? Okay. This church was his family's church, and he does a lot of information and about that church and the Hebrew letters that were found down there. But he's got a channel, and on his channel, like one of the videos that he has, it's this Ashkenazi, right? This Ashkenazi who is visiting some elders from the Igbo tribe, right? And he comes out and he says the facts are out, or something. I'm paraphrasing like what he says, but he says, it is determined that you all are the ancient Israelites, but do you want to remain Israelites, or do you want to be Jews? So he's proposing to convert them to Judaism. But he's, affirmed that they are indeed the Israelites. And what do we know about the Igbo? 60% of all African Americans descend from, Igbo people. So you or I, we've got probably an Igbo descendant. Because like 60% of all of us do. A couple of scripts that I want to bring out. Go to if you could go to Yirmiyahu chapter 16.
I found it.
Okay, go ahead, Ak. Oh, that's that picture. Yeah.
Yeah, it's on the screen. You see them them right here?
Uh-huh.
See the chain?
Okay, yeah. I had never seen that before, Ak.
Yeah. See the Malakim right here? They put them in.
Mm-hmm. And you know what? You can leave it up. You can leave it up. I'm gonna bring this out. Yirmiyahu, chapter 16, verse 19, and it reads, "O Yahweh, my strength and my fortress and my refuge in the day of affliction, the Gentiles shall come unto you from the ends of the earth, and shall say, surely our fathers have inherited lies, vanity, and things wherein there is no profit." So, it's funny that, we're bringing this topic out. Like here in the last 2 weeks, there's been a bunch of videos brought out about these pictures that Vladimir Putin has released about what the Israelites look like, right? There's even been videos that have come out like where it talks about where the Europeans actually changed, at what point they changed the appearance of the Israelites and Mashiach, namely the Messiah, namely, when they changed his appearance. But this was all vanity and lies that not only the Gentiles have inherited, but we did as well, misguided with what the Messiah looked like. And last script I got is coming from Daniel chapter 12, verse 4. Really good chapter. You know, I would recommend highly, you know, those who might hear this video at some point or see this video at some point, check out that book of Daniel chapter 12. But verse 4 reads, but you, O Daniel, shut up the words and seal the book, even to the time of the end. Many shall run to and fro, and knowledge shall be increased. All praises, man. You know, it really speaks for itself, but you know, what we see coming out, you know, in these last days, the truth that is being revealed, the truth that our elders have been pushing for 60 plus years now, you know, and you and I are a byproduct of the work that they put in, you know. You know, we're following after, you know, righteous men who have been revealed the truth, or have you know, who have been privy enough, blessed enough, fortunate enough to know the truth. And you know, we walk in their footsteps, and as they walk in the footsteps of our patriarchs, you know. But all praise to the Most High for all that He has done, all that He is doing, and all that He will do. Hallelujah.
Hallelujah. Yes, indeed. Praises to the Father. If I remember correctly, this was back in 16. Yeah, back in 2016 is when this is from. This is why it took me so long to get to it. But this was I was still in Arkansas, in Mapleville back then. But yeah, this was they had this on a class that they was doing, and I could not get the it wasn't a picture that I found. I had to take a screenshot of it as they had it up on the screen, because I had never seen this before, and I said, "Oh man, I got to get this." And so I took a screenshot of it and shared it, and you see it got their logo on it right here. I don't know if I think it's been revised since then, but you can see it where in the video it is, literally time wise. And this is the video study of King Solomon. So if you go back to the study of King Solomon back from 2016, you'll find this video, and you can go to this timeline, and it tell you exactly where it is. But you can find it, and yeah, it's I'm sure it's still out there, the actual video. But yeah, this was from I want to say this was in a book that they were sharing, and they zoomed in on it or something like that to show us. And I said, man, I got to get that. So I backed it up and paused it. You can tell it's paused right here. And yeah, and took that screenshot of it. I said, man, look at this. They in chains. They got their hands behind their back. You know what I'm saying? This one fell down. And yeah, they're taking them. Malachim, you can see the wings. See their wings here and the halo. And you see what they look like. They don't look like Europeans, but you see what these look like. You know, completely depicted in that manner. I think these are some demons as well. That's what these are, I believe. And then somebody's hand coming down, look like a key almost. Yeah, I might have to go back and look at that video again, because that's been so many years ago. That was almost a decade. That was a decade ago. Almost a decade ago. 2016, yeah. So almost a decade. 8 years ago. And man, so, but yeah, I shared it to the front. And interesting stuff. So all praises to the Father for another Yom Shishi, or Salakia, for another Sabbath Yom, and for another opportunity to gain a little bit more and to reflect a little bit more. Praises to the Father. Shout out to Black Journalists once again. We'll close it out right here. with the book of Ecclesiastes. I'm going to leave that up to. With the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter number 12 and verse number 13. Let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter. Fear the Most High and keep his commandments, for this is the whole duty of man. It is so very important and so very imperative that we understand we are to fear the Most High and keep his commandments, because this is the whole duty of man. At the end of the day, when it is all said and done, all the dust is settled and all the smoke is cleared, we will be judged on whether we feared the Most High and kept his commandments, because this is the entire reason that we are here. I am your Akazaki Yahoo, joined by my most esteemed Akinanaya, giving all praises, honor, and great esteem unto the Most High Power, Yahuwah Bahashem, Yahushua HaMashiach, and to the 12 tribes of Israel who are scattered to the four quarters of the earth. I say Shalom Baruchim. That is peace and blessings. And I cannot wait to the day that the Most High brings us back together and we are once again 12 tribes, one family, one nation under the Most High Power, under one covenant. Until that day, Shabbat Shalom, family.
Shabbat Shalom, Mr. Pakai.
Praises to the Father.